All right, Barlow Brigade, how y'all doing? Old Big Jim coming at y'all from the Casa de Barlow, located here in just a beautiful South Mississippi. Uh, Milo, who is right there where he's normally at, is welcoming y'all to the bog. Okay, the Barlow Observation Group. Um, it's Monday. Didn't y'all know what that means? Let's see, how many weeks in a row? I can't count them. Anyway, it's Modified Monday, guys. Aaron Williams. I most of my followers know how I feel about Mr. Williams, and we're not going to go into that any further. I mean, he knows, I know, you know, just about everybody knows. Okay, Aaron Williams is just an unbelievable cat, man. He got it, you know. We in one of our little chat groups we got, man. He posted some videos yesterday, or a video and some pictures, some family things that I'm not going to share with y'all. I mean, if he wants y'all to know about it, he put them out there where y'all can see them. But absolutely unbelievable, man. Let's just let me see if I can get there without getting too personal. Him and his daughter were in doing they were in an activity together, and like I said, I wasn't really going to get into this, but if y'all could have seen his young daughter's reaction and the way she was carrying on about what was happening, and then on top of that, the way he reacted, it's just, man, this old man. After I watched looked at the pictures and watched the little video clip, and I just all I could say was, man, those are memories that will never fade, and I meant that, A-Dub. That's something you'll never forget right there. Look on her face, look on your face. I could hear it. Your beautiful wife was making some comments in the background. I could hear her in her reaction. It was just awesome. But anyway, old man gets a kick out of stuff like that. I can promise you that. Now this morning, and this, not only do I carry on with my brother Harold and A-Dub and all the fellers, and but I got a new my new guy is well, he's not really new to me, but I don't know that I just don't know how about that. We're just gonna go. I don't know, but there's this fella up there in Smyrna, Tennessee. Name's Mike. Okay, and last night we was chopping it up. I shared with him what I was going to do for Modified Monday. He shared with me what he was going to do for Modified Monday. And his name is Mike Yarlett. Okay, now this is his knife tubing channel. I don't know if this is going to change or not. I know that his leather work is going to have, I think he made his last slip, and I'm very fortunate that I got one, that has make Cutler Great Again embossed into the leather work. From now on, it's going to be MY leather work, and but he's sending me a slip to go into my giveaway, which is coming, guys. Okay. I'm up there. I think I'm like at 464 or 465 or something like that right now. So, and I hope that this makes sense to most of y'all out there that's watching. I didn't want to just get to 500 and then do a giveaway and then lose 25 subscribers because they were only there for the giveaway. So we're getting a little buffer. I think the guys that come on after the giveaway, some of them will stay, some of them won't. That's fine. I mean, that's the YouTube world. That's the world we live in. But anyway, so I got up this morning, and I'm actually doing this video before Brother Harold drops his video. mainly because I'm gonna have to edit this one and get it out there. And but I can promise you, when Brother Harold comes on, I'll stop whatever I'm doing, drink coffee, me and Milo, chop it up, and watch whatever him and Miss Maddie and Abby, Maggie, whatever they chopping it up on the back porch or the patio or out in the woods or wherever they're doing it. I'll be there. So those are givings every day, man. I don't really set my clock by them. The other day I missed a whole video, but I was gone all day. That's the day I had a visit with this gentleman right here, Brother Rex. And the reason I'm bringing Brother Rex into this is because one of the knives that I modified was a gift from him. Okay, and we'll get into all that. Okay, so that's enough of all that. Okay. The first knife that I'm going to share with y'all came to me by the way of W.C. Quick. Okay, now W.C. is an inventor, a raconteur, a knife collector, coin collector, an author. He is a published author. Y'all should maybe go over to his. I think he's got 3 channels. Go over there and look up, try to find out what his books are on Amazon. I don't know if you can just go to Amazon and click in their search thing and put W.C. Quick in there or not. But he's got several books that he's written that I haven't read them, but I've looked at the excerpts and stuff on Amazon about these books. They seem to be well written, and I have a cousin that's published on Amazon. It's a pretty big freeway for artists that don't want to go through your major publishing houses to have their books done. That's a headache. I mean, and I understand that. But I mean, if you're going to sell 250,000 books, that's the way to go. Get you a big publisher and get it done that way. But if you're just going to be a limited production artist or a print-to-own writer, because I feel sure that WC's books are not warehouse, stored, printed, and stored in somewhere. You order his book, it's printed, and then it's sent to you. So that's usually how that goes. Now, I don't know for sure if that's the way it is. But anyway, back to what we're talking about. One of the knives he sent me, and before I even show this knife, I know that I feel as though I have some Marines, United States Marine Corps veterans that are watch my channel. I mean, no disrespect by modifying this knife. This knife has nothing to do with the Marine. I mean, what it does, it's all about the Marines. But the modifications that I did to it were to turn it into a usable pocket knife that will continue on, not only to honor the Marines, but to honor WC and myself. First of all, for him being thoughtful enough to send it to me, knowing that I was going to do what I did, or do what I do. Not only did he know that, but when I got it, I knew, or I feel as though that's what he said, the reason he sent it to me. All right, now here it is. It says United States Marine Corps. Okay, now all of us are familiar with this knife. Okay, there are thousands and thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands of these knives. They used to make these by the pallet load. Manufacturers like Imperial, Camillus, I think there were some other brands. I mean, those are the 2 major ones that I know about. They would make pallets of these things and drop them in behind the lines, and these knives would go all over the place. Some of the people would use this to open up their lunch. In their they weren't MREs back then. Their rations, and they would just throw it down because they were disposable knives. That's how they were made. Now, when I got this knife, the punch was already broken. It was gone. So I took the end of it, I opened it up, and I rounded it off. I'll get that up so y'all can see that. But see, the blade is there, but I just rounded it off to where it's smooth. There's nothing to catch on anything. Polished it up a little bit on the end there. Well, I polished the whole knife when I got through with it. But I made it to where there wasn't a blade in the blade well to interfere with any other knife. Okay, the second issue with this knife, it's been, let's see if I can show y'all. I couldn't do this before, but I can do it now. But see, I can get it right on open. Okay, now see the blade it's worn. It's been used. I mean, it's got some of the meat is gone. The point needs to be redone. I didn't do the point. I probably will at some point. But y'all look at the tenons on that blade. Ashy good old carver steel right there. Okay, it's one. Now it's got an edge. Now, like I say, I haven't. When I modify these knives, I don't get them, blistered sharp before I work on them, because if it gets caught in the grinder or the polisher or something like that and flips around, it's cut my finger off. So I don't get them sharp until that's over with. Now, when I open this blade up, I tell y'all I can do this now. Well, the reason I can do it now is because I took, you see how the cap lifter, how I put it easy out there. And the reason I did that was to be able to cut. Let me get it open, y'all. It's still open. It still functions good. Got a good snap. Okay. But the reason that I did that relief, and you'll notice that right here, this is the kick on the can opener, the kick right there. Okay, now I have narrowed that down a bunch. Okay, it's still strong. It'll still. I went in there and opened up a root beer with it just so I could make sure that there wasn't any problem with it. But I did that to where the blade would lay lower in the channel to where I could get to the nail nick on the main blade. It was totally hidden by the cap lifter. Now, the last thing I did to this knife, so I got it, you can see now, you see the nail nick in behind, see it back in there? And now I can just grab it. Well, I can't when I'm holding it up, but got some good springs on it, guys. Anyway, I can just grab the nail nick now and open it right on up. Good snap. Okay, of course the can opener didn't have any, there was no concerns with it whatsoever. Here's that snap. There's that. Anyway, got that good old pawpaw tenor on the back of it. Okay, and every pin. Okay, first of all, the bail was gone. Okay, so the only option I had there was to sand those. Well, I actually filed them. I filed down the pin that held the bail onto the end of it. Got them to where they're smooth now. Then I pinged them over. All the pins on this knife were loose. Every blade on it was. They weren't rattling, but they had a lot of play in them. Now they have no play in them at all. Got it all tightened back up, and now this is a good functioning working knife. And like I say, I've never had one. Now I've got one of these that I did the bail and the oh Lord, what was it? I did a delete and made it a two-bladed. Now it only has a punch and the main blade. And I did that one a month or so or two ago. Just it was one that had a broken spring, and so I just eliminated one whole side of the knife and actually took the punch from one side and brought it to the other side and made it into basically a single bladed knife with a punch. But that's that was a Camillus, and it was a 74. Which the reason I even did it was because that's the year I graduated from high school. But anyway, this is now a very solid, very useful knife that I'm going to love to have in my collection. All right. Well, when WC sent me that box, he included a coin. This is a 1973 $10.50. I haven't done any research. Hadn't had time. I feel sure that it probably has some collector value because he wouldn't send it to me other than just he wanted me to have it. And the other knife he sent was this beautiful Ulster camp knife. Now, I haven't. This one's still in triage. I haven't done a lot of research on it, but the main problem with it is it's got blade wobble. Okay, that ain't no problem for a high stepper. But the bell is gone on it also. But it needs a good spot treatment. So this one's still in triage. We're doing an assessment on it. But see, I like to look and make sure that if that knife is worth $75 or $80 because of its rarity and its value. It's like WC asked me a question about this old Shat Morgan that I got and why I wasn't going to do a restoration on it. Well, the reason being is it's so old. If I restored it, is it going to be worth as much as it was before I restored it? You got a plus minus on all these restoration knives and things you do. If you can bring a knife, if you got some 70s case knives that you got corrosion on them, you can sand that off, hand sand it, get it back pretty smooth and all that. And it won't really affect the value of it. But a knife that old that's worth, in that condition, X amount of dollars, and then I put all this work into it and it's still going to be worth X amount of dollars, same amount, then I've either wasted my time or I'm a fool because I'm fixing something that don't need to be fixed. Okay, it just needs to be. Sometimes you just gotta let an old knife be an old knife, guys, and that's it's like that Russell Barlow I got. I don't know what the value of it is, but I didn't do anything to it but rub it, and I love it. So we're gonna get to that one. I got a whole video planned for that one. Okay. The second knife that I got from Brother Rex Wiseman, when we sat down and had our little coffee chat the other day, sat down and talked and traded, and we're gonna do one of them every week or two or so, just because we like to sit down talking about pocket knives. He gifted me a Barlow, okay? The old Pakistan Barlow, I got 3 or 4 of them. And we'll get into that knife. We're already at 17 minutes, so I mean, it might as well go ahead and make this 30. Well, I'll go quick, but what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to put a clip in here, one of my little flyovers, and show you what the knife that I have for y'all, and I'm calling it the Somerset Barlow. I'm going to put a clip in right here. All right, Barlow Gate. What y'all saw there was after I took the Barlow out and on the fiber wheel and went over the entire knife with the fiber wheel and basically just removed all the, they put some kind of lacquer finish or satin finish on those knives to y'all excuse me. Nasty habit, guys. All you young folks out there, don't start smoking, okay? terrible. It's the only vice I have left is my coffee, my cats, and my cigarettes. But it's when you have an addictive personality, I mean you can't. I mean I've given everything else up. So, but anyway, I ain't giving up my cats, and I ain't giving up my coffee, and I love my cigarettes. So we'll just get in there. Anyway, Modified Monday, brought to you by Aaron Williams. Back when I first started doing this, I watched A-Dub do he took a Bear and Son farm, I think they call it the Farm Hand. It's their Saudi Junior. He jigged it. He did more or less a buckshot looking jigging, dyed it. I think that knife ended up with Louis out at Arizona EDC. I'm not sure, but I think that's where it ended up. Him and A-Dub did some swapping and, all that kind of stuff. It's just stuff that us knife guys do. But anyway, that inspired me. Of course, I watched A-Dub do some lives where he jigged some knives. I watched him jig the knife that I won from him. It was a Rancher. It was a Bucky exclusive Rancher that had the white bone, jigged white bone covers on it that comes stock from Bear & Son, and he modified it. I guess I should have brought it, put it in here, showed y'all that. But it's a beautiful knife, and he told me to use it, and that's what I do. So it's in one of my folders that I have my knives stored in, and it gets pulled out pretty regular. So it's just a stunning pocket knife. D2 steel. It's a modern, but it's a great knife. But anyway, I watched Aaron do this 2 or 3 times, and I said, well, I got old Pakistani Barlow in there. I could probably do that too. And it's the exact same knife, almost, as the one that I just done. And here it is. Now I call this green jig bone. Okay. And I took a smooth white bone. Of course, it had some little grooving and stuff. And see, I went with the long, the jigging, more or less. Very similar to the one I did right here, but a little different. But you see how I continued down the, more or less a worm groove, jigging, and then I dyed it green. Well, I'm sorry, I put some black paint on it, dye. I took some acrylic paint, watered it down, and rubbed it all in there, got it all down in the grooves. But anyway, just turned out, to me, to be a pretty good looking Barlow. I mean, it's in my collection. I went and dug it out just to show y'all. Nothing earth shattering. I mean, I got 40, 50 Barlows, and this is just one of them that ain't going nowhere. But got good snap, and it's got the good. These are good blades. I mean, they're stainless, but it's pretty high. See, now this one has half stops. This one over here, well, the main blade doesn't have a half stop on this other one that I just did, but this one has a half stop on the main blade. Good snap. Sexy little pin blade. Anyway, this one was done months and months and months ago. Now, Somerset jig. Okay, I took this white smooth bone. I just showed it y'all before I did anything to it, and I jigged it. And then I came back with yellow paint, yellow acrylic paint, like I told y'all before, and I rubbed paint all over it, and then took a wet cloth and rubbed it back. Got it to where, had a little yellow tint to it. And then I came in there with orange. burn it. A little burn going on in there. Polished it up. And let's see, this one, the nail nick is farther back on this one. Okay? And it's got some brutal springs. But, you know, you could probably, if you tried hard enough, you could probably go on the internet and find now it's not sharp at all. I mean, it won't cut butter. I mean, well, it will cut butter, but, I mean, not sharp at all because I didn't sharpen it. I didn't want to hurt myself. But, and this is what's really strange. No, the main blade doesn't have a half stop, but the secondary blade does. Kind of strange, but it's got some brutal springs. I had to use pliers to get the pin blade open, and I've oiled it, but it's got goes right into the half stop. But just a great little old knife, man. I took a gift that good snap. So anyway, there you go, guys. Somerset jig bone. Like I say, this one's got the same qualities as the green one does, you know. But I more or less didn't get into the long groove. It has the wormhole look going on with it, and like I say, I just lightly toasted it. Didn't give it a big toasting. But there you go, guys. Modified Monday. By the time I put all this together, probably about a 30-minute video. I hope I didn't bore anybody. I was trying to keep the string going, man. I don't think I missed a Modified Monday. Some of them have not been all that great. Some of them have been. So, but I have one thing. Let's see if I can get this in here. Jerry Phillips. Can you hear me, Jerry Phillips? Jerry Phillips! Can you hear me? You got 2 or 3 slips that me and you working on. I know I sent you some stuff for the first one. And you got a couple more you want to send to me. Here's my offer to you. Okay? It's a big one. Okay? It is a Bowie knife. I will send this to you, leather sheath, all in the packaging where it came from with all the information. Let me show you this bad boy. Alright. Now, I haven't put an edge on it. I haven't done anything to it, Jerry. You let me know what you want to do. If you want to accept this for the other couple of things that we're talking about, give me a holler. I got so many emails and stuff coming in and out. But I hate to put that personal business in here on y'all guys, but I can't get it shut. Anyway, that's a beast right there, Jerry. I think you rubbed on this, polished it up. I'll put you a good edge on there if you want me to do it, or you can do it yourself. I know you're a knife guy, you know. I mean, it's all good. But whatever you want to do, me and you gonna figure it out, Jerry. How about that? All right, guys. I love y'all. Old Big Jim's got a big day. I got to get at least 3 packages in the mail today. Got one for old Pinhead over there. Got to get it out of here. Got one I need to send to Georgia Adventure. And then there's a guy named John. Oh, Lord. John, what's your last name? John Adams. Me and him did a trade, man. He's got a Barlow that I don't know what to tell y'all. In fact, when I get it, I'm going to be jumping around here like a crazy man. Anyway, I love y'all. Y'all have a great day. It's Modified Monday. Rule number 9.